Madhavi, one factor that came through from what Ambareesh was saying is that, people have to have money in their wallets to be able to
Correct.
spend. If you're not going to have the kind of wage hikes that an economy of our growth projections
Yeah.
needs to have, then what? Employment needs to keep pace with the kind of growth projections that even the RBI is making. How do you balance that out? What are your thoughts on employment and wage hikes?
So as I said, the income effect is the most dominating factor when it comes to spending. You cannot push me to buy something just because you've reduced the prices of it. I need to be able to have sustainable ways to sort of fund my big ticket purchases like a house or car and stuff like that. And a lot of thinking gets into it, right?
Or there is the risk of a credit bubble building.
Yeah,
and that's
but
not
yeah,
good
that's
ever.
not the case at this point. I wouldn't be putting too much of because RBI had tightened the norms a lot post 2023, and that actually played out against consumption to some extent, especially urban consumption. So, in fact, between 2021, 23, 24, we actually saw the incomes, sort of peaking for the sectors like IT and BFSI,
Right.
which is almost 50% of the listed space, right? And that actually had helped the urban income story, urban consumption story, and since then it has only been trending down. In fact, if you look at the last 2 years, net headcount addition from the IT sector has been negative consistently each quarter. It's not going to improve any sooner, as I understand, because not only is there a relatively slower growth that you're seeing in the world dynamic, especially in the US, but also there's now, the service sector which is getting sort of impacted by the trade noise, right?
Correct.
Which was not the case earlier. We've been even told that a lot of IT companies need to now renegotiate their their projects that they had actually priced in earlier. So a lot of things are happening in the IT segment.
So does that kind of suggest that the services sector growth and the contribution it makes to the GDP is something that we have to kind of be rational about, and now we need to build that much more into our consumption uptick?
No, I think services was still, because it's software service and not overall services is still a big chunk, right? Of course, this segment is important for the urban consumption story.